Hi folks, Puffin here with a continuation of the Antifa Joe Biden spell, China Joe version of the Antifa spell started earlier for October 26, 2021. So there's a previous beginning of this. I'm lighting the candle of magic with the light of truth, if it will light. There we go. And clearing the fascism from Joe Biden, from ourselves, from the country, from the world. The last one was about immigration, how instead of deporting people back to Haiti, Biden needs to deport or to go to Haiti and bring people here. And if he's got to deport somebody, deport Trumpers to Siberia for betraying the country for Trump and Putin. But other things that need to happen, you need to arrest Trump, of course. But it equally as important as arresting Trump is arresting Mark Zuckerberg. Now, Zuckerberg was instrumental in getting Trump there, and now he's playing stupid that his platform is the most key part of all this fascism that Putin has foisted on us and Trump virus genocide. He's acting like, they banned Bolsonaro's statement that the vaccine gives people AIDS because they had to, because that was utterly preposterous. But in doing that, they claim that they ban anybody who makes false claims about the vaccine, and they don't. They make those accounts. Facebook is responsible for Trump virus as much as Putin and Trump and anybody else who tried to spread it, as much as Bolsonaro. So you need to nationalize Facebook and seize Facebook. Same for Twitter. Like, they've shown that their algorithm promotes right-wing hate speech. Are they going to do something about that? Are they going to go the opposite direction and help save the world? Or, are they going to be like, well, that's what the machine told us to do? Like, Pfizer's the same way. Pfizer had an opportunity to be the beloved company that saved the world with their vaccine. Instead, they tried to profit off of it. If the government had been setting them up, letting them do all this to see whether they took the greedy path in order to deserve to get nationalized, or whether they took the the human decent path to be a beloved company that helped save the world, and they took the greedy path. They deserve to get nationalized. They've made it. Pfizer has made contracts with countries such as Brazil. So Pfizer is more powerful than countries because they're in control now of the vaccine supply, and contracts that the governments of these countries rejected before, they're being forced to accept now because, for instance, in Brazil, Bolsonaro, Putin's puppet, just like Trump, spread the virus as much as possible to make it necessary that they're going to have to accept these terms. That Pfizer's administrators, I'm talking about the scientists who developed the vaccine, but the bigwigs, the CEOs and stuff, made it so that they have to refuse free vaccines from other countries or other companies in order to receive Pfizer vaccines is one of their conditions. They cannot complain about the contracts. That's why we have to do it. We have to speak up for the people whose free speech has been silenced by Pfizer. And they can't take free vaccines. So, for instance, if China wants to give them Sinopharm, the Chinese vaccine, they can give it to them for free. They can't even accept it, or they'll jeopardize their ability to get Pfizer vaccines, which are probably, what's already there, or what's being handled so far. So it's this monopoly, it's capitalism, it's evil, and it shows how evil capitalism can be. China's doing a good thing. China's setting good examples by making their vaccine free to poor countries and however they can. And if we were free market capitalism like we claim to be, or if we were allowing the Chinese vaccine here in America, then plenty of people who are concerned about the mRNA nature of the vaccines we have here and are hesitant about getting it could get the Chinese vaccine because it's not an mRNA vaccine. It's a traditional vaccine. And so all these people who are hesitant or won't get the vaccine could have already had the vaccine or could have the vaccine at any time that America gets over its racist anti-Chinese policies. So that thing where people call you something and then you end up going by that name? Like I heard recently that the Lumineers band just got accidentally called the Lumineers and just went with it because it was better than their previous name. Well, they call Joe Biden China Joe, but he's not. He's not some agent of China. But it would be better if he was. If he lives up to the idea of being China Joe and partnering with China, we can save this planet. We can save the world. And the big obstacle to that is America's been racist, and America's still being racist, and America's being anti-Chinese. And the only reason for it is racism. It's not because of something China's doing that America's not doing far worse, like regarding people's rights or something like that. It's not anything other than racism and jealousy and fear, or envy and fear of China having a economic rise and bringing millions of people out of poverty, and doing that in a way that instead of trying to keep people in poverty and keep people desperate and keep people wanting to join the military and things like that, they're doing and like reclaiming forests, turning deserts into forests and things that can save the world. Now maybe they're using too much coal, just like we're still using too much coal, but we can all cut that out, and we don't need to go to any nuclear. We have plenty of actual green possibilities, including biomass from weed. We start working together with China, partnering instead of competing, we'll save this world. So that's what we need to do. China Joe, live up to your name, become China Joe. Let's team up and make the world a good place and save the world for future generations. Thanks for watching.